Political face-off is erupted after the Amar Jawan Jyoti at Delhi's India Gate will be doused and merged with the flame at the adjoining National War Memorial. Rahul Gandhi, breathing fire in the centre, said that it is sad that the eternal flame is being doused. He went on to say that some can't understand the sacrifice of braves. Congress has also said that extinguishing the flame is equivalent to extinguishing history. The centre has hit back. Government sources say that the eternal flame is not being doused and only being merged with the one at the National War Memorial, which has names of all the braves who sacrificed their lives. Government sources have also hit out at the Congress for spreading misinformation and doing politics over the brave hearts. My colleague Supriya Bhardwaj is joining us. For more on that, she has Randeep Singh Surjewala, chief spokesperson of the Congress party, with her. Supriya, over to you.
Well, Sneha, as far as the opposition is concerned, the entire opposition is up in arms as far as the Amar Jawan Jyoti issue is concerned. I've been joined by Mr. Surjewala. Mr. Surjewala, Amar Jawan Jyoti for 50 years was there at the India Gate. Now it is being shifted from India Gate to War Memorial. What's your take?
Modi government and its ideological father, the BJP RSS, they do not understand the sacrifice of our soldiers. They don't understand the history of valor, where our Jawans sacrificed their lives for our motherland, both pre and post independence. It symbolizes the valor and sacrifice of India's brave hearts. To extinguish it and to remove it only because Prime Minister Modi does not want that this was a flame that was envisioned by Indira Gandhi is extremely petty and extremely small. It's a disregard of India's brave hearts.
Also, sir, BJP as well as some of the experts are saying that they are not extinguishing it. They are doing the village. They are taking it from India Gate to War Memorial. What's your take on it?
Everybody has welcomed the War Memorial. What's wrong with it? But why remove Amar Jawan Jyoti, which is a symbol of India's pride? Can you envision Delhi? Can you envision national capital without the Amar Jawan Jyoti? Then tomorrow Modi ji will remove India Gate also. Day after he will remove all other things also, because he will say he'll go and merge something. Exactly the same thing is being done to Parliament. Exactly the same thing is being done to Amar Jawan Jyoti. In his quest to put his stamp over everything and to be remembered in posterity, he is actually denigrating symbols which have become symbolical of our pride. They don't belong to any political party. Our soldiers belong to everybody.
My final question, what is your major demand? Because you are the principal opposition party on this issue.
We don't think Modi government should have extinguished Amar Jawan Jyoti at all. Lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of Indians coming from all over the country as also from abroad visit India Gate and pay their tributes to Amar Jawan Jyoti. What heavens would have fallen if Amar Jawan Jyoti would have remained as it was?
Well, this is what the Congress party has to maintain, Sneha. Other opposition parties are also questioning the move by the government. There's a huge political war of words which has broken out, and this is what the Congress party has to maintain, what Mr. Surjewala has just said on this entire issue.
Supriya, thanks for the moment. Supriya Bhardwaj, with that report, getting a good reaction there from the Congress. The Congress, of course, continues to maintain that this government is only trying to rewrite history. We have a series of reactions coming in from other political parties as well. Listen in.
I have been joined by Congress's senior leader as well as the national spokesperson, Supriya Shinet. Ma'am, what do you have to say about the Amar Jawan Jyoti? Congress's former president, Rahul Gandhi, has also tweeted about it and said that we will ensure that the flame is lit once again.
The reality is that this government has an issue with a very, very proud history of India. And I don't think any nation can alter its history while laying the foundation for the future. The reality also is that the Amar Jawan Jyoti has special significance. I think generations of Indians have found pride in what it represented. To extinguish it or to shift it or to whatever, you are playing around with history. And I don't think any nation has ever built a future for itself by playing around with its history. But I understand why they are doing that, because they had no role in the history of our nation and how its foundation was laid. And to alter our history is what they're trying to do. But the reality is it also shows you scant disregard for the nationalism that we stand for.
Then what is the major demand now of the Congress party?
I don't think it should be extinguished in the first place. And even if they are going to do that, I can assure this country that when elected to power, we will reignite it, because it signifies a history of which we are very, very proud.
BJP is saying that this is wrong information being spread by the Congress party because they are shifting Amar Jawan Jyoti. It is going to now be there at the National War Memorial.
Yeah, I heard some misleading statement like a villay. If you are taking the Amar Jawan Jyoti from there, you are extinguishing it, and there is no other way to look at it.
Well, that's what the Congress party has to maintain. With video journalist Abhishek, Supriya Bharata for India Today in Delhi.
हर इतिहास के साथ मोदी जी को जोड़ दिया जाए, उसी दिशा में एक और कदम उठाया जा रहा है। पहले पार्लियामेंट बनाने का काम हो, प्रधानमंत्री आवास हो, कि मोदी जी स्वयं कहते हैं कि हेरिटेज को मेंटेन करना चाहिए। अमर ज्योति जवान एक हेरिटेज है, उसे ना हटाए, नए और कई मेमोरियल उन्हें बनाना है बनाए, लेकिन इतिहास मिटाने का खेल जो शुरू है वो ठीक नहीं।
प्रज्वलित अमर जवान ज्योति को आज उचित और सम्मानजनक स्थान मिल रहा है युद्ध स्मारक पर, वॉर मेमोरियल पर। मेरा सवाल यह है कि गांधी परिवार क्या इतना निकम्मा था, इतना नकारा, और भारत के सेना के बलिदानियों के प्रति इतनी लापरवाही थी कि उन्होंने अंग्रेजों के बनाए एक इंडिया गेट के नीचे बस ज्योति जलाकर काम चला लिया। खुद के लिए तो गांधी खानदान ने बहुत बड़ी बड़ी समाधियां बनवाई, लेकिन सैनिकों के लिए कभी कुछ नहीं बनने दिया।
Rajniti should not be done over issues of Rashtra-niti, and playing politics over such an issue only shows the true nature of the Congress. Falsehood that this is being extinguished is not true, it's being merged. Secondly, it was a temporary structure that had been made. If you see the Amar Jawan Jyoti, it pays homage to the martyrs of 71 war and some other wars, but their names are not inscribed or present there. So that's a little odd, and therefore all the names of all our fallen braves of all the wars of India have been inscribed at the National War Memorial. A true tribute to all our braves is being given to National War Memorial. Which, the Congress party should be the last one preaching today and should be the last one playing politics or Rajniti over an issue of Rashtra-niti.
Our executive editor Govt Sawant is joining us for more on that story. Govt, as expected, predictably, Tutu Meme has broken out over this matter, but many are asking the question, could have the original eternal flame not be retained, and can two flames not, be there side by side? What is the need to douse the first one?
It's being merged is what sources in the government say. I just had the privilege of speaking to Lieutenant General D.S. Huda, Army Commander, Northern Command. He's a soldier. He served the country well. He says when all official ceremonies are now held at the National War Memorial, it is only natural for the eternal flame to be at the National War Memorial. Remember, the India Gate was built by the British to commemorate the Anglo-Afghan War and the First World War, the fallen Indian braves in those wars. Amar Jawan Jyoti was built after India's spectacular victory in the 1971 war. But then it did not have names of our braves. Remember, the British had inscribed names of those who fought and made the supreme sacrifice in the Anglo-Afghan War and the First World War. But Amar Jawan did not have those names. It had 4 flames. Now, the National War Memorial has names of every brave who's fallen for our country from 1947 till date. So what makes more sense is what government sources and officials say, that whether you commemorate Amar Jawan at where it is below India Gate, or at the National War Memorial, where you commemorate braves of every war from 1947 till date and counter-terror operations. So that is why they say it's a natural progression. The flame now moves from India Gate to the National War Memorial. It's only natural according to them.
Be with us. We'll just come back to you for more on that. Let's talk about the big Amar Jawan Jyoti controversy, the face-off that we've been seeing. Let's take a look at the arguments by the centre and the government. What are sources indicating? Where opposition says they are sad that the eternal flame is being doused. The government says the flame is not even being doused, it is being merged. Some can't understand the sacrifice of braves is what the opposition says. The government says the National War Memorial has names of all the braves. So what is wrong in what we are doing essentially? The opposition says extinguishing the flame is equal to extinguishing history. Government says true homage only at the National War Memorial. Opposition says why can't India have two eternal flames? Government says Congress ignored martyrs. Now they're doing politics on this issue. Gaurav continues to be with us. Gaurav, in fact, the Congress has gone to the extent, in fact, of saying that that this is the BJP government once again making an attempt to rewrite history.
You know, while politics on this continues, and this is again a question that I put to veterans, including General Huda, so they didn't want to be dragged into the politics of it. But, you know, like Rajiv Chandrasekhar is a minister in the Narendra Modi government. The question that they are asking is, those who are shouting the loudest today, protesting the loudest today, were amongst those who actually did not give land for the construction of a National War Memorial. They were the ones who stalled the construction of a National War Memorial for decades. Why is it that India actually got a National War Memorial only in 2019 and not earlier? Let's say after the 71 war, for example, or after Operation Meghdoot, again a brilliant operation in 1984, when the Indian Army went and sat on the Saltoro ridgeline beyond the Siachen Glacier, taking Pakistan completely by surprise, or Operation Vijay in 1999, where India defeated Pakistan on the Kargil Heights, or counter-terror operations, or you have Op Meghdoot, Op Pawan, Op Rhino. We've had Op Rakshak, we've had braves make the supreme sacrifice in keeping India first. Why is it that they got a war memorial only in 2019 and not earlier?
You rightly pointed out, we've been having a conversation with army, retired army personnel who have in fact joined in and said that this is really much ado about nothing essentially, and this is not this is not an attempt to rewrite history or undermine the efforts and the sacrifice of the martyrs.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Our braves have done so well. They did not say or think that they're fighting when A government or B government or C government is in power. They fought to keep India first. They fought to keep the integrity, the territorial integrity of our country together, including when they were fighting the enemy within, whether it's Operation Rakshak, where you're fighting terrorists, Pakistan state-sponsored terror and domestically radicalized elements. You're fighting them both. You're making the supreme sacrifice. You're not doing that for A government in power or B government in power. You're doing it to keep India first. And that is why it doesn't matter whether, who built A or who built B. Now, the National War Memorial may have been built when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was or is the Prime Minister of the country, and he may have, taken that command decision for it. But it is a national heritage that is being built here. So the veterans are absolutely right. Much ado about nothing.
Be with us. We'll just come back to you for more on that story. We continue to